beautiful Mission campus in Santa Clara, the home of the Broncos, welcome to the first episode of WCC All-Access. I'm Sarah Cazell, and on today's show, we recap the incredible fall sports season in the West Coast Conference, including some record-breaking performances. Plus, what do coaches really say during timeouts? We give you insider access to a volleyball match at LMU. And lending a helping hand, WCC student-athletes make a difference in the community. But first, the road to Las Vegas. We all know the WCC basketball season ends at the Orleans Arena, but this year, the season officially started there. The West Coast Conference held its annual tip-off event at the Orleans, and it was an experience to remember.
I'm George Devine. Welcome to the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas, now the home of the West Coast Conference Championships for 10 years.
We are in day one of our two-day excursion. The women, the focus today. In fact, who was picked to win?
And goofiness, my goodness.
You know, you call it goofiness. Some folks out there would call it $1 million smile.
Thanks.
Thanks.
You're as smooth Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine. That song. Oh yeah.
One more? Perfect.
I'm Gianna Lulu Summers from Pacific, and we're all I was gonna say Pacific Strong, big strong.
She's a hard matchup. I'm glad I don't have to guard her.
Do you think he could still guard you?
Jetty?
Yeah.
He might be smarter than me, but I'm a little bit more agile right now.
I mean, he played in the league.
She would kill me right now.
The simple bare necessities. Forget about their worries and your strifes. Yeah, man, I mean the bare necessities. Simple bare necessities. That's...
The St. Mary's Gales take over the top spot in dominant fashion, receiving 9 votes.
Mark Few and Jonathan Williams, their senior forward. I don't think you guys need any introduction, although
Casey certainly does.
Casey does. That's right.
No, yeah.
No, not true.
All right. Yeah, snowboard.
Nice right there, that one. Because there's like Christmas a little bit.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. It kind of takes place.
Yes, it is.
I would disagree with you on that. Come on, man.
You said Die Hard.
You're surrounded by like thousands of Aussies. Are you still American, or have they adopted you as one of their own?
It's tough. We still, I mean, we're like half and half on the team, so it's actually great for, you know, inter-team like competition, rivalries, stuff like that. You know, we still have debates on how to pronounce things at the dinner table. You know, like burger, you know, like whatever. You know, just little stuff. Is it a parking lot or a car park? You know, it's pretty fun.
The West Coast Conference is celebrating 10 years in Vegas, culminating with the basketball championships in March. Throughout the season, we'll be looking back at some of the most memorable moments from the last decade in the desert and hear from those players and coaches who made those lasting memories. The first 2 WCC championships this season were held in October. The cross-country championships gave us a pair of dominating performances from 2 of the highest-ranked teams in the country. Sammy O'Brien recaps the action from Oakland.
The 2017 West Coast Conference Cross Country Championships coming your way live from the Metropolitan Golf Links.
The San Francisco women were ranked 4th in the country entering the race and left no doubt who rules the WCC. USF blew past the competition, scoring 20 points, the second best total in WCC championship history.
We really wanted to win the team title today, so it was great to be able to pull it off. I know how hard they've been working for it, and we knew we'd been going well in training, but to come out and doing a race is, yeah, it's special.
Charlotte Taylor was the individual champion, finishing in 19 minutes and 10 seconds, beating the rest of the field by 20 seconds and setting a new course record.
After the national championship in the spring, the summer you had at Worlds, coming in and winning the West Coast title, what does this one mean to you? Yeah, it's really exciting to be able to transfer that track form onto the cross country. You know, we're quite sure how it's going to translate, but yeah, as I said, I felt really good out there today, so I'm super happy to come away with the win.
She was highly motivated and definitely wanted to run fast today. She said she felt great on the warm-up, so she just got in a rhythm and went from there.
On the men's side, it was a three-peat. BYU put on one of the most dominating performances in championship history, filling out the top 5 with all Cougars for a perfect score.
The one thing I said is I want to see a royal blue tidal wave out there. I think we saw that, and I think we saw them enjoying the victory at the end.
Connor McMillan was first across the finish line and won the individual title in 23 minutes and 22 seconds.
We just wanted to kind of make a statement today, and so we decided if we had dropped the field by a K or 800 to go, then we would all just bring it in together. It didn't exactly pan out that way for me, but for the rest of the guys it did, and they did that.
And that was just the beginning. A few weeks later at the NCAA Championships, 3 teams finished their seasons on the podium. On the men's side, Portland placed 2nd overall, beating their previous best finish of 3rd place 3 years ago. And BYU finished 3rd, which is their best showing since a runner-up finish in 1993. And on the women's side, San Francisco capped their best season in program history with a 2nd place finish. Charlotte Taylor came in 3rd place individually, and BYU finished just outside the top 10.
Thanks, Sammy. Coming up next, we go down the coast to see what's happening on campus. And a sister act in Malibu helped lead the Waves into the postseason, and it was a long time coming. You're watching WCC All-Access. The fall sports season is coming to a close, but not before a few champions were crowned. On the pitch, Pepperdine women's soccer won its 2nd straight title without losing a match in conference. On the men's side, the San Francisco Dons claimed their first WCC championship since 2008 after posting a 6-1-0 record in conference play. And in volleyball, San Diego and BYU share the crown after only losing to each other in WCC play. Congratulations to all of the fall champions. Welcome back. I'm Sarah Cazell. It's time to go down the coast and see what's making headlines on campus. We start in San Diego, where the only head coach in the history of USD men's soccer has bid farewell. Seamus McFadden stepped down after 39 seasons. He finishes with 385 career wins, the most in WCC history. Longtime assistant Brian Quinn takes the reins of the Torero program. A similar situation in Spokane as Einar Thorensen retired after 23 seasons in charge of the Zags. He leaves the men's program as the 3rd winningest coach in WCC history. Assistant Paul Meehan has been named the new head coach at Gonzaga. In case you couldn't tell, coaching consistency is kind of a thing in the WCC. That's the case in Moraga as men's basketball coach Randy Bennett signed a 10-year extension to stay with the Gales. He's the all-time wins leader at St. Mary's and is 2nd all-time in conference history. And WCC schools are doing their part to aid in relief efforts across the country. The San Diego men's basketball team played an exhibition against Arizona State, with all of the proceeds going towards hurricane relief efforts in Puerto Rico. And St. Mary's raised over $6,000 for North Bay fire relief in their exhibition against Fresno State. It's been a long time coming. Despite playing for the same team, injuries have kept Haley and Megan Harbison from actually playing together until now. Sammy O'Brien has more on the sister act from Pepperdine.
Our paths may change as life goes on, but the bond between us is forever strong.
The phrase now etched into their sisterhood once lacked the bond. That is until Megan and Haley Harbison shared the same field.
Because before that, we both played soccer, but we were never on the same team or anything. In high school, we started playing on the field together and built a connection on the field.
They'd be on the field and Haley would know exactly where Megan's at, Megan would know exactly where Haley's at. It's almost like they're twins, right?
Uncanny, as Megan is a twin. But that duo parted ways for college. One to San Francisco and Megan to Pepperdine.
Megan loved the coach the school, what it stands for, and the background right there, the ocean, being in Malibu.
So once Megan verbally committed to our program, some of my fellow coaching colleagues were like, hey, great job on the Harbison sisters. I'm like, what? Frankly, I didn't know about Haley, but very quickly, I caught the rumor that she had a great younger sister, and so we watched, and right away we knew.
It was cool because I got to do my first year like my own thing and like figure out like who I was and whatnot. But then when she came here, I think it just made it better.
Unfortunately, their time as Waves fell short with not one, but 2 ACL tears.
In April, it was like right after season that happened. And so it was kind of crazy because it came off of my sophomore year, and that's when I thought I was doing really well. And like for that to happen was kind of like a downside. When she was back was when I tore mine, literally the exact same time, but just a year later. Just like, I followed you to college, I might as well do the same injury as you, I guess.
Haley got injured the next year. The doctor's like, wait, a Harbison again?
These are both high-end athletes. So for them to have the exact same knee injury, a year apart, it's pretty freaky. It's a bit uncanny.
Now the sisters are back on the same field for one last season, with a Pepperdine team looking to make a deep run in the NCAA playoffs. And though it may very well be the last time they step onto the field together, the sister bond is etched in ink for eternity.
I mean, you obviously have your teammates, but it's good to know that you have a sister there for you that knows your past, knows what you're going through, and is there to help you through everything, regardless of the situations. I'm trying not to think that it's gonna end, and hopefully we can play together after college too. But I mean, it's gonna be sad, because like I feel like I don't know Pepperdine without Megan, you know? I'll say something and they'll just look at each other and they have this big Harbison smile and then just start laughing like they're sharing an inside joke that only they're a part of.
I know I have twins and Megan is a twin, but honestly, Haley is like the triplet of them. You know, they get each other. The three of them, they get each other.
Our past may change as life goes on, but the bond between us is forever strong.
Thanks, Sammy. Coming up next, we highlight some of the best moments on social media across the WCC.
Break time's over. Let's go get it.
And we give you an all-access pass on the hardwood. See what it's like to be inside the huddle during a volleyball match.
If it's good enough for Instagram, it's good enough for WCC All-Access. Let's take a look at some of the best moments on social media from across the conference. The 7th-ranked BYU women's volleyball team wins Best Team Halloween Costume. The squad dressed as the cast of the movie Holes. Certainly appropriate, given the Cougars' affinity for digging. Pure elation from international soccer star Julie Ertz after scoring a goal against Canada. The former Santa Clara Broncos scored off an assist from former Portland Pilot Megan Rapinoe. And a friendly reminder that WCC schools are located in the most gorgeous places in the world. Case in point, here's what Malibu looks like in November. Not too shabby.
Welcome back to WCC All Access. I'm Sarah Cazell. And speaking of social media, one hashtag used around the conference this season is WCC Represent. A few of our student athletes explain what it's all about while lending a helping hand in the community.
Hashtag WCC Represent means to me a unified movement that the conference is undertaking. We care about sportsmanship, we care about community service, and at the end of the day, we might be part of one of the most competitive conferences in the nation, but we're good people, and we care about ourselves and respecting one another. We also respect our community and those that support us.
There are people out there who are in very different walks of life that we could never compare ourselves to, and we need to help better those people's lives. And we can use our privilege as athletes to do so.
Community service is important because it allows people to grow and understand that though the community that you are in currently might not seem to have that many problems, there are underlying problems right around your community. And impacting those that need help in a positive way not only increases your growth development, but allows you to help people in need and also represent your school while helping those, which is an important aspect to service.
We call it serving, but really in giving back to other people,
they're really serving you. It's really a reciprocal type of relationship, and it's the type of reward that you really can't ask for and can't seek without giving of yourself. But it's the most amazing and most priceless reward that you could ask for, just to be out there and serve and give your all.
We see teams huddling around their coaches during timeouts, but what are they actually saying to each other? It's time to find out. The LMU volleyball squad and head coach Aaron Mansfield give us inside access to one of their matches.
Okay, ready? All right, let's head out at 35. I think the biggest thing for us today is we're still kind of learning how to play LMU volleyball, and we have a great opportunity to play against another good opponent. So let's be ourselves. Let's practice doing the things that we do every single day, just committing to the process, and let's have fun doing it, all right? Right from the get-go, let's just commit to playing the game we want to play, all right? All right, here we go. Again, the energy in this match is going to come from us. It's not going to come from that. It's going to come from us. So let's make sure we're celebrating our successes. Here we go. Hey, this group looks way more locked in and just playing 1 point at a time. We just got to live that the whole match, okay? So we have a good start. Let's keep building the momentum. Roll! Cover, cover, cover! Yeah. Kobe, that's 60% deep right there. Yeah. So if we get a good set, be aggressive. If we don't, do we need to be perfect against this team? Break time's over. Let's go get it. Right there, 1-6. The last thing I'll say is this: it's been a long week, and I think it's been a long season. It's been a long 2 weeks. All these things, and yeah, we have BYU and San Diego coming, to play at our house on Thursday and Saturday. That's really exciting for us. And what's cool is we can get so much better in 3 days as long as we rest, recover, and just keep doing the things that we're doing every single day in practice. Nice job, good win. Way to take care of it.
Thanks to the Lions for letting us in on the action. When we return, if you could have one superpower, what would it be? And we relive some of the best plays on the field over the last month. Stay tuned for more WCC All Access. Here's what to watch for over the next few weeks. BYU and San Diego will vie for the NCAA Volleyball Championship. The first few rounds take place over the first couple weekends in December. Log on to ncaa.com for details. Non-conference basketball wraps up in December. Here are a few dates to mark on your calendars. 2 top 25 teams square off on December 5th in New York City. Gonzaga and Villanova meet for the first time ever as they compete in the Jimmy V Classic on ESPN. One of the best rivalries in college sports continues on December 16th as the BYU men host Utah. That can be seen on ESPN2. And on the same day, the BYU women travel to Berkeley to face Cal, a team they've never beaten in 3 tries. The Bears are a perennial power in the Pac-12. You can watch this game on the Pac-12 network. We're coming to you from the campus of Santa Clara for the first episode of WCC All Access. And if I had a superpower right now, it would be to fly so I could beat the Bay Area traffic. We asked the same question to WCC Hoops players and coaches. Which superpower would they choose? Check out their answers.
Oh, if I could have any superpower, I'd probably want to fly. Not an airplane, just fly solo, just so you could see and a different perspective and get a different view of everything.
Be invisible, absolutely. I could be in some meetings and I could find out, how Popovich is really doing it. Actually, that would be fun.
Have you seen the movie Jumper? Who jumps from place to place? Yeah, I think I would want that. Do that.
So when I yell at you, then you could jump to a different
place?
somewhere
else.
I think it would be to control time. I think that, at times when, practice gets really hard, you can speed it up just a little bit and get through it faster. But, yeah, I think that would be the best thing.
You remember I Dream of Jenny? Remember how she used to wiggle her nose and she can just go anywhere? See, Anthony want to fly. I just want to wiggle my nose and go, disappear. Boom, I'm right in that place. That's all I want to do. If I could be a genie, in a heartbeat.
To fly. That's my superpower because I hate traffic.
Superpower? I'd probably go with being able to shoot the basketball.
That's not a superpower.
I consider that a superpower. Dude,
I got superpowers then because I can shoot the ball.
I don't know.
So I got a superpower.
I wouldn't consider that shooting the basketball. Man.
Well, that'll do it for the first episode of WCC All Access. I'm Sarah Cazell, and we'll see you next month. In the meantime, we leave you with the best sights and sounds on the field from around the West Coast Conference.
This is after San Diego, in the first contest, shot 57%. Floresca underneath, layup no good, but Jawan Gray is there to slam it home on the rebound. 54-46, San Diego by 8.
Edwards, good overlapping run. Myers toward the byline, trying to play it across. The volley, the shot in the goal. What a goal by the Pirates. Ortiz, 5th this season, on a great ball played in by Myers into the 35th minute. Portland takes a 1-0 lead. Goes over. Set him, big block.
Some space from Santa Clara. George chops it back. Cross is on. Shot is on, and the Broncos have the lead. Michaela George set it up down the flank. And Kelsey Turnbow adds to her team lead with her 12th goal of the season. It's 1-0 Broncos. How appropriate would it be for her to win it with an ace? And she does it! The senior Erin Reineke on senior day. The Broncos take the 5th and deciding set, 17-15.
Sully, a terrific ball handler, 4 times all-conference. Player of the year, Megan Harbison, back to the Sully, has an opening. The shot is